Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video I'm gonna be working on a very exciting project, hosting a web server right at the comfort from your home. I have recently released a step-by-step guide on this topic. The link for this guide will be available in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So guys, for this demonstration I'll be using a Raspberry Pi 4 and a SD card. This is a 16 GB class 10 SD card which I'm gonna be using for this demonstration. The choice is yours. You can also use your SSD. Okay, you can use SSD or an SD card. It's up to you. So this is the guide which I have recently released, and I'll be following all the steps mentioned in this guide in this video, step by step. From, as you can see, the table of content we have for Raspberry Pi 4 installation, OS installation, SSH into Raspberry Pi through Windows terminal. Then we have Apache 2 server installation on Raspberry Pi, PHP installation on Raspberry Pi. Then we have linking domain and tunneling through Cloudflare to our Apache 2 server on Raspberry Pi. And then we will also enable HTTPS and SSL certificate for Apache 2 server. Or like this SSL certificate will be generated from Cloudflare and installed on Raspberry Pi for having an end-to-end encrypted connection. And then website hosting, how you can host your basic website pages and like a lot more. And we have simple basic maintenance and troubleshooting guide. Okay, so most of the very theoretical explanation has already been mentioned in this guide. If you are very interested in theory, you can always go to this guide. The link will be in the description box below. Read through it, and yeah, you will understand much more better. If you have any question, you drop the question in the comment section below. So first thing first, you will need your Raspberry Pi 4 and your SD card. And if you click on this arrow, it's gonna drop down and you will be able to read stuff. And yeah, so I have already installed this Raspberry Pi Imager. It went to the second screen. So this is the Raspberry Pi Imager. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, just a small connect my SD card to the card reader. So first thing, insert the card, we already done that. Second is open the Raspberry, we already done that. Third, choose the device, we have Raspberry Pi 4. Then we choose the OS will be other. I'm choosing light version. I'm gonna be running 64-bit Raspberry Pi OS Lite. Then we choose the storage, 16 GB MSD card, and we click on next. And next you have edit settings. It's up to you what you wanna change. For this demonstration I'm just setting it Raspberry Pi. The Pi user is also Pi, and the password is Raspberry for me. But for you can change as it will give you, if you have default stuff, anyone can guess the password and stuff, and they can access the root of this device. So it's better to change, but for this demonstration I'm keeping as it is. Okay, then if you want to connect this over wireless LAN, okay, you can enable this section, add your SSID and password, and then but I will be connecting Ethernet to this Raspberry Pi 4, so I don't want a wireless LAN. Okay, then go to service, enable, make sure this is enabled, and use password authentication. Okay, then we go save. And would you like to apply OS customization settings? Click on yes, and it will give you a warning message that the data on the SD card will be erased. Like, well, the data is already from my old stuff, so I don't want, I already have the backup. I'm just gonna say yes. Make sure you select your storage device very carefully, or else you might lose your data if you have any on the other devices, like I have done once. Now my OS installation is completed. I'm gonna continue and close this OS installation software from Raspberry Pi, and I will remove my SD card from my computer. So what I'm gonna do next is, first of all, I'm gonna put my SD card in the Raspberry Pi, the backside. Done. Okay, it's quite hard to see, it's here. Okay, I'm gonna power up, and before I power, I'm gonna connect the Ethernet cable and then power up through USB-C. So here I have my Ethernet cable. It's connected to my router on USB-C. So first the Ethernet cable. Here we go, and then the USB-C. Okay, and just leave it for the some time. So now we will be doing SSH. So we will connect to the Raspberry Pi through SSH. For that, what we need, I'm just gonna drop down this section as we are done with it. We have SSH into Raspberry Pi, and for that we will need terminal. Okay. Wait, I don't want that big. Yeah. So yeah, now we have our SSH. We set our username Pi, as you can see, username. Then we need a host name. Host name is Raspberry Pi, and then local dot. You can use your Raspberry Pi local IP address as well, and it will ask you to save, or are you sure you want to continue? We say yes, and the password is Raspberry. Don't worry if you don't see anything. It's a just transparent thing, and just press enter after you add the password. So yeah, we have successfully logged into our Raspberry Pi. So SSHing in Raspberry Pi is successful. Let's move to our Apache 2 server installation now. But before we do that, we will update and upgrade everything. So copy the command, and you can just right click to paste it. I'm just gonna do a /y to accept everything. And then the next one is to upgrade. Press enter. This way you will be able to just copy paste most of the stuff to install your web server onto your Raspberry Pi and host it. So the upgrade is done. We can move to install the Apache server. For that, we just copy this command and paste it and just hit the enter button. It took very less time for the installation. And what we are gonna do is we will add our Pi user into www-data, which will help us to modify a lot of things in that particular directory of the web server. Okay, we do that, copy paste, and this will add your Pi. If suppose if you have a different username, you can replace the Pi with your username. So and now we will so the thing is, using this command we actually give the we assign www-data, okay, access to read, write, modify all the files in this location. This is a location where your website files will be stored during the hosting. Okay, so just copy this and paste it and press enter. Now we can test if the Apache server is running on our system or not. So if we paste and just press enter. As you can see, Apache server is running. So we just use the same host name .local as we used to log in. Okay, see, SSH Pi Raspberry Pi .local. We use the same Raspberry Pi .local to access the Apache 2 server. We have completed, okay, the installation. If for troubleshooting, if you are not able to load the Apache 2 server, okay, default page on your browser like this, you should use this command sudo reboot. It will reboot your system Raspberry Pi. You will lose the connection of the SSH. Then after rebooting, you have to SSH into Raspberry Pi again. So just for a demonstration, I'll do the same thing. I'll just copy sudo reboot. Okay, and we try to access. We are not able to. If you can see, it is taking too much time and this site can't be reached. So the Raspberry Pi is being like restarted right now. So we wait for a couple of seconds and I will use the same command ssh pi at the raspberry pi .local. I'm just gonna wait for a couple of seconds to see if the Raspberry Pi is up and running or not. It seems it is taking a little bit more time than usual. Yeah, it is up and running. We SSH again, add your password, and yeah, we are back into the root. Okay, now what we need to do is I'm just gonna drop this section down and we will install PHP. Okay, now we are able to see the Apache 2 Debian default page. Now we will install PHP and we will test the PHP as well. To do that, just copy and paste this on the SSH terminal and hit enter. It should take some time to install. Okay, by now the PHP has been installed. What are we gonna do is we will make a new file with the extension of .php. Okay, first we will do we will move into the directory where our website files have been stored. If I do ls, you can see there's an index.html. Okay, now we will make an index.php file. For that we will just use sudo nano. Okay, sudo nano space index.php. This will create a new file for us with the extension of .php, and I'm just gonna use this command. This command will help us to get all the information like PHP version installed. It will get all the information related to PHP installation using this command. Okay, so we just paste it. Okay, press Control S, it will save it, and Control X to exit the file. Now we use this command to restart Apache 2 service. Okay, on the Raspberry Pi. So I'm just copying and pasting it on the SSH terminal and press enter. It should be restarted. So this is our Apache 2 server still working. I'm just gonna paste a new, and we need index.php. As you can see, it is loading. So you can see PHP version 8.2.18 has been installed. It also gives us a build date April 11 2024. It is a Linux based system, Apache 2 handler, server API, virtual directory support disabled. Then a lot of the other stuff like configuration file has been in this directory. Then loaded configuration is this one. So you get all the basic information of the PHP. Okay, so as you can see, we both of the services, PHP and Apache 2 is running. We can access both the site. Okay, now the same thing, if you are not able to load this page. Okay, if you are not able to load this page, you do a sudo reboot. Okay, you run this command, you will be able to reboot it. So this Raspberry Pi .local, once again I'm gonna tell you this, it might differ for you, depends on what host name you are using while the setup. Okay, but for me it is Raspberry Pi .local. Now we minimize this page and we move forward with Cloudflare domain and tunnel on with Apache 2 server. Okay, so now we have I'm just gonna open this section. So first of all, you guys need to make sure that you have a Cloudflare account and a domain. If you have bought a domain from any other place, it is okay. But I have bought my domain from Cloudflare itself, so it's gonna be a very straightforward. So you will be able to see your website domain, okay, over here. If you have bought it from Cloudflare, or if you have registered, you have bought it from somewhere else and registered over here, uh, or you can just click on add site, your email, your domain name, add your domain name, and you can move forward. I will be clicking on my domain. From here we go to access, launch, we launch trust zero trust. Okay, after launching you will be able to see your account. Okay, just make sure it's your account and click on it. You will be able to log in into a new page where the limited options, as you can see, it is not as same as when you were on the main website overview page. Okay, now what are we gonna do is go to networks tunnel. Okay, and I already have one tunnel running for the testing and stuff, so which is right now disabled. Create a new tunnel. Okay, we click on Cloudflare, press next. I will be naming it as test. I'm gonna then save it. Okay, so what you need to do is, as our Raspberry Pi 4 OS is based on Debian, click on Debian. We have ARM 64-bit. Okay, Raspberry Pi 4, Raspberry Pi is an ARM based processor. As an ARM based processor, we use Raspberry Pi. So we select ARM 64-bit because we installed a 64-bit OS. And then this is a fresh installation, we copy this command. Okay, and paste it. Before I paste it, I'm just gonna cd in go back to our root directory by cd space tilde, press enter. We go back to the root directory and paste this command and press enter. Okay, so in some time, okay, if you wait for some time after the installation, you should see a connection over here. Yeah, if you as you can see, okay, it has been connected to this tunnel. Now what we are gonna do is click on next. Okay, we press on next, then we will be asked to add more information. So now first of all, we select the domain and I'm gonna add a subdomain as test. Okay, first of all, we will set up HTTP connection to test out if the connection is working and not. So we do HTTP. Now we need to add our localhost 80. Okay, localhost 80, and save this tunnel now. Okay, okay, as you can see, it says it has been saved. You can, okay, now I go here. As you can see, our the Apache 2 Debian default page is able to be, we are able to see it on test.mcache.com. Okay, we will do the same. We will try index.php. We are also able to access the PHP file. So in the next step, we will enable HTTPS for our Raspberry Pi and Cloudflare connection. Okay. To do that, we will go in this section. So by now we are successfully connected our domain, okay, to our web server. So we can use this test dot your domain.com, okay, on the internet anywhere, and it will be accessed. If I'm gonna show you, so as you can see, I have turned off my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna access my Safari browser and we will look for that website. Okay, as you can see, it is on 4G and I have entered and I'll press go. This, it has loaded the, I'm sure it is very bright. I'm gonna reduce the brightness. It is showing the default Debian page to me. Okay, it's over the internet, not through my local Wi-Fi network. So this shows that we have successfully linked our domain with our web server. Now we will enable SSH. We will enable SSL and HTTPS. To do that, first thing first, what we are gonna do is in the terminal, we click on test, we get the edit, we click on edit or configure public host. In this public host we have our domain, edit. Okay, now we will change our service type to HTTPS and local host from localhost colon 80 to 443. Okay, now as it says additional, we go to additional application TLS, and over here the origin server name. So we use the same, so here we use the same subdomain plus your domain name in this. So for us it will be test.mcache.com. Okay, and we click save host. Now if we try to access this page again, we will get a bad gateway error because we are trying to make a secured encrypted connection between our Raspberry Pi and the Cloudflare. Okay, it's not just on my phone, on my, what do you say, on my computer browser 4G. Okay, now I refresh, it is giving me the same error. Okay, now by moving forward, we will enable SSL mode, okay, mode onto our Apache 2 server. By default it is disabled, it is not enabled. So we get our terminal again. Okay, so just copy and paste this command to enable. Okay, as you can see, it says now it is unable, but we need to do a Apache 2 server restart. Copy paste the link, copy paste the command and hit enter. So and secured end-to-end connection needs a SSL certificate. We will be configuring a custom SSL certificate, okay, from Cloudflare, which will help us to have a more secure connection. Okay, so to store the SSL certificate, I'm just gonna make a new directory on the Raspberry Pi. The location and the new directory will be this. Okay, I will copy and paste. Okay, so this directory has been created at this location, etc slash ssl. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to obtain an origin certificate. The origin certificate is to be installed on the server end. Okay, so for that we need to go back to our website configuration page. So now I am at the website configuration page. Okay, we go to SSL TLS, then we click on origin server and create a new certificate. Okay, so make sure you have the same settings as I do. Okay, your host names would be different than I have. It will be different for everyone, and the certificate validity would be for 15 years. You can choose how many years you want. I'm just selecting 15 years and I click on create. Now you have a two things. You get a origin certificate, okay, then you get a private key. Don't click on OK as of now. We need to copy these onto our Raspberry Pi. Okay, we will create two files. One with one is .pem, okay, with an .pem extension, and one will be with .key extension. Okay, for that we will be saving those certificates and the key in this location. Okay, just copy and paste this on the terminal, so it will open the editor with the name with the file name of origin.pem. Okay, now you copy this the text in this section, origin certificate, and paste over here. Just press just right click your mouse on the window. It will paste the stuff. Okay, paste the certificate, then press Ctrl S, Ctrl X. Okay, now we will copy and paste the private key. Copy this command to create a new file with the private.key extension, with the name private and the extension .key. Press and enter. Okay, now we copy this text and paste it over here. Same Ctrl X, Ctrl S and Ctrl X. Now you can see if the files are been created by doing ls. We ls that particular directory to see if origin.pem and private.key is there or not. Now we can see it has been we are able to see those files. Now we need to change the permission for this directory so our Apache server can access these. For that we will use this command. Okay, and then we will add the www.data to the group and the ownership for this directory. Now we will configure Apache 2 to use SSL certificate, okay, and use HTTPS. To do that, we will modify the content of this file, default ssl.config, okay, and it has been stored at this directory. So we just copy this command and paste it. It will open the text. Okay, open that file and we can edit it. So what you need to do over here is we need to change the path of the certificate. See this, it is already using some other certificate which we actually don't want to use. We want to use this certificate which we have saved at this directory, and the certificate is origin.pem. So we will delete this. Okay, we will delete and we will add our own origin.pem certificate. Okay, we give the location, we add the location, and we also change the location of the key, certificate key, and this is the location of that certificate key. And you do a Control S to save and Control X to exit. Now what you need to do is we need to activate that configuration default.ssl.config. To activate, we use this command. So sudo a2 a2 nsite. This command, if I just copy and paste this thing, you will be able to see there are two different choices. Until now we are using actually this configuration. This configuration does not has SSL certificate and it works only on HTTP. It does not have a end-to-end encryption. Okay, so we are gonna be enabling default.ssl. So just copy this command, or you can just type default.ssl and press enter. So it will say enabling site defaults-ssl. Okay, now to activate you need to reload. To reload, we just copy and paste this command and this should reload. If everything is fine, okay, it will reload. If there is an issue in the default-ssl.config file, it will throw an error and it will not reload the Apache 2 server. Okay, to test if the SSL certificate has been used properly or not, we can copy this command and paste to test. You should be able to find syntax OK. That means it is able to use the SSL certificate without an issue. Now we can go back to our this page where we have our certificate and the key, and we click on OK. Now we enable end-to-end encryption by going to SSL TLS overview and make sure it is selected on full strict. So this will encrypt end-to-end by but requires a trusted certificate or a Cloudflare origin certificate on the server. So as we have already set the origin certificate and it is working, syntax OK, and the server did reload without any errors. So we can now test it. So by reloading this, you should be able to reload. You should be able to access the page. We will try to do the same thing on the cell phone. So I will do the refresh on the phone as well. So by doing that, as you can see, it loaded. Now we have end-to-end encryption between our Raspberry Pi server to Cloudflare, then Cloudflare to the client browser. So guys, congratulations, you have completed 95% of the steps, okay, for your web server. So the last part is website hosting. So you need to create your website pages and store it at this location. Okay, so by default we have we can see we have two different index.html and index.php files, which actually shows a default Apache 2 like page and PHP version information. So what you do is you just remove these files. Okay, if you do ls again, there's no files anymore and you can't access this. So you can see index of, there's no index, there's no page available. We have removed those pages. So what you do is you can actually do sudo nano .php. Okay, what I'm gonna do is now, okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it over here and just say save, Control X, and we just try and reload this. Okay, it's not loading. Not loading. Wait a second. Oh, okay, my bad, guys, my bad. Created the index.php at the very wrong location, so I'm just gonna move index.php to where www.html, and we will try to access again. So you can see we have hello world. So I'm able to create a web page. Okay, it just says hello world. Similarly, you create new pages and store it into this location slash where slash www slash html. You need to store your files in this directory. Then you will be able to access through the internet like this, as I'm doing. I can just say this, and it still reloads to hello world. For the maintenance, what you need to do is once in a while open your SSH into your Raspberry Pi, run this two commands, sudo apt update and upgrade, and you can if you can use htop to monitor the load on your Raspberry Pi. So as my Raspberry Pi is like 4 GB, you can see how much memory it is using, how much storage is left, and those kind of stuff. And if you have any issues, you can also back up your data. You should also check your SSL certificate expiry every time. And if you have any issues, you can also see the logs of Apache 2 server at this location. That is pretty much it. If you follow all the steps in this guide, you will be able to host your own website. Okay, you will be able to link it to the domain. You will be enabling HTTPS and secure connection, and you will actually save a lot of money. Like how? So usually when you want to host a website, you buy a hosting service. Okay, you pay yearly subscription fee. Like suppose you are paying $75 every year, and you are paying $10 for your domain. So that comes about $85 a year. You are spending it for your domain and your hosting service. Instead, I would recommend just invest on a Raspberry Pi, which suppose it takes up to like $80 on Raspberry Pi. Okay, you're gonna use this Raspberry Pi for hosting for next 3 to 4 years, I believe, until you are very bored and you want to upgrade it to a new one, better one. So let's say you invest on Raspberry Pi $80 and you are investing $10 on a domain, so it comes about to $90 in your first year. Then for next 4 years, you don't have to invest $80 or $75. You only have to invest $10 only for your domain. Okay, as Cloudflare, I'm using the basic firewall settings and security, so I don't have to worry about things, because the basic stuff is also good, and it is free. Okay, it is free. So like you can always opt in for the premium services on Cloudflare that will add up additional $10 to $15 suppose. So for next 4 years you are using premium Cloudflare and domain, then you have to pay like $20 or $25. So every next for next 4 years, every year you are spending only $25. So you save a lot of money from hosting. You are only investing on Raspberry Pi like for once. Okay, in 5 years you're only investing on the first year, and for the next 4 years only investing like $25. You are saving a lot of money that way. Like it is good actually for the people who are just starting out to be a web developer or anything. They want to host like their own website, they want to try out something new, they want to learn. This will help them to like learn a lot of stuff. And this will also be a good option for like small size business. They don't want to invest a lot of money on like, you know, premium hosting services and those kind of stuff. So this is a good way, a good option to like opt in actually. And this will also, like, by doing this you will also learn a lot of different things. The only downside I look it is like that you have to make sure you are maintaining Raspberry Pi, you are looking out for like different phishing attacks and those kind of stuff. Like Cloudflare does look out for that, but like it's your responsibility to check once in a while, uh, update your Raspberry Pi OS, and this if you are having any errors, you solve it by yourself, those kind of stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends. See you in the next one. Till then, have a nice one.